are now tuned into another episode of the Uncensored Truth. I'm your host, Etolia Magdalena, and I am joined with Jala today.
Hey, y'all.
Crazy story about how we met, actually. We met in the club. We found love in the club.
We did.
And I, saw her. She just had a good vibe, good energy. And I found out she goes to Howard, Miss Howard University over here.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to be real cool. So this is actually our first time hanging out outside of that and everything. And that was like a couple months ago. Which is crazy.
It was. But we kept in touch through Instagram and
we was Instagram besties. We were Instagram besties. Okay, so earlier I was minding my business, right? And scrolling on Instagram, I posted a couple reels and stuff because I haven't been out in like 6 years. That's how it feels. But I haven't been out in so long. So I went out yesterday. I was feeling myself. I was feeling cute. So I posted a couple reels to Instagram.
I invited Etolia out. I invited her out.
She did like 6 times.
And then, girl.
It's hard to get me out the house. But also, I was going through some things, though, too. I was.
Okay.
But, I'm going out. Next weekend, I'm going out. I'm going out. She gonna get me out the house. It's hard to get me out the house because I work every day of my life. So, like, I like to, and then I was going through some stuff. I just be needing,
Yeah.
But anyway, so I posted a bunch of reels and stuff to Instagram and like a bunch of stories of me like walking, looking cute. And someone goes slide up on my story talking about I'd bust that down. Mm-hmm. So, and okay, cool. He was fine. Like, he was fine. Don't get me, he was fine. But I was talking to my friend about it. I'm like, so how do you feel about this whole situation? Because whatever. She was like, he was cute, but he's unattractive now because why are you talking to me like I'm a cheeseburger? Like, where's the respect? Like, where's the class? Like, I feel like men need to take it back to the 90s and like get back to the basics.
Something. But no, even in the 90s,
they were still doing stuff.
No.
It was probably worse too because they were like, I love you, do all the extra stuff. And then
take it back to then.
Kiss my feet. Yeah, like
something.
Can you?
The 90s, I don't want for you.
Facts. Oh no, they was wilding. Oh my god, they were wilding. But moral of the story is just like, can I get you just are so beautiful. I would love to get to know you. Like, just something chill.
Right.
Like, why it gotta be I devour that? Or I beautiful. Break that down. Can we get something just lighthearted and nice?
Right.
Not sexual. Anyways, have you ever like had that experience like where someone went in your DMs and like
it's more so like people keep texting over and over and over again, and it's to a point where like if I don't respond,
they talking to themselves in the DMs.
They are, because like I respond to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Second one, thank you.
Yeah.
Third one, no response. And you
scene.
Fourth one, no response. On scene.
And they just keep going. They just don't want to give up.
Now I'm unfollowing you, but you're still doing it. So.
I'm dead. But like, do they objectify you though? Is it like on some like in the DMs? Is it ever like crazy? Do you ever get like crazy DMs?
Not too crazy. Because most of the time it's just like hard eyes or like where you're from or something like that.
Okay, so you get the respectful stuff. That's not fair. Yeah. That's not fair. But anyway, so that gets into the topic of today. We talking about not so pretty privilege because. Yes, pretty privilege is a thing, but it has its downfalls. And before I start, I just want to say, I think every woman should feel like they're pretty. I think everyone should feel like that in their own way. I think being pretty is a mindset. It's an energy. It's a vibe. And if your vibe and your energy is pretty, everything else just comes along with it.
It does.
It's not about, it's in some capacity physical, but honestly, like I said, it comes from within.
I feel like because a lot of women base their beauty and their self-worth and confidence on the approval of other people, it's hard for us to like really see how beautiful we are.
Right. Especially with like social media,
right.
what society feels is pretty.
But even now on social media, I feel like these are so accessible. Everybody can find their lane.
Their niche. I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
So it's like
you're beautiful to somebody. You know what I mean? And
you're
everybody's beautiful in their own way. That's all I'm trying to say.
Like, it's some girls, like, on TikTok, you click their Instagram, no pictures. Girls on Instagram, you look at their Twitter, it's dry. So it's like, everybody has their lane.
Exactly.
And they're just finding their way.
Exactly. That's true. But yeah, we know that being pretty comes with its perks, right? It comes with, you know, the free drinks, the sections, the extra, people pouring a little extra in your drink, or maybe being a little more generous than others, or just nicer, whatever. But nobody talks about the downside. Because it's not all peaches and cream.
It's not.
Like, I feel like the biggest thing is like the objectification and like fetishization vibes. And like, I don't know, how do you feel when like men talk to you like an object, or like they kind of like?
I don't get it in the DMs, but I get it in person. So yeah, like in the club, like guys, even though they may approach you or you may say something to them, it's like that's not an open invitation to touch. That's not an open invitation to, you get what I'm saying? That's not an open invitation like, okay, now I'm like stuck beside you the whole night. That's not it's not.
We're not a couple now because
it's not that.
Because we had a conversation.
Like, no, it's not that.
Do you feel like off rip, like men usually try to like get to know you, or is it always like a sexual type of advance?
What's the moves afterwards? I don't know.
You're like, I'm going home. I'm not with you.
Right.
But it's like, I don't know. I feel like for me, like in my experiences and stuff, it's always men. It's hard to find their motive. Like,
it is.
It's like,
because I feel like I've been in a lot of situations where guys, they'll present like, oh, I want to be with you, and then like eventually it's just like, no, you don't.
Right.
Or they'll present like, I don't know. I feel like it's always a representative.
It's always, I feel like the honeymoon stage is definitely a thing where it's like the first 3 months is like roses and just happy, and then after that it's like when the actual character like flaws and character traits and stuff try to come.
See, mine is like 3 weeks. It's
really?
Yeah. Because I'm the type, I would investigate, I would ask questions, everything.
I ask questions too, but baby, they be fooling me.
I need to be in the loop. I'm
like, yeah, people, it's so annoying though, because they're always like, damn, you the Fed? Like, why you want to know everything? I just want to know, like, am I wasting my time? Like,
no,
I just want to know.
Why can't I even know your last name? What's the issue?
Like,
why can't I know?
Like, what am I going to do? Who am I going to tell?
Even with us being so beautiful, we're still getting bottom of the barrel treatment.
Bottom of the barrel. Like
you would think somebody would want to do
marry me,
hold their spot. But it's like they don't even care.
They don't. They, like I said, with social media, men think that they have all of the options in the world at their fingertips, and they think that the grass is greener on that side.
Accessible now. Women are very accessible now, and it's got to a point where I'm like, where I've had conversations with guys and they're like, no, Jala, you gotta understand what these girls are doing. I'm like, what are they doing?
No, they wildin'. I'm a wife. I'm a wife. And like the thing about life, I feel like life is a like everlasting repeating cycle of like the same stuff. Like I feel like our parents dealt with the same stuff we're dealing with. Our kids are gonna deal with the same stuff we're dealing with. They got married. We gonna find our man.
The thing is, like, even in their marriages back in the day, they always say like, "Oh, we've been together for so many years." What happened in those years?
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
No, they do put up with stuff. They do. They put up.
I feel like that's created a false image of marriage.
Yeah,
because now people think, oh, if it's some type of difficulty, anything out of my norm, I'm not dealing with it. But that's what your grandparents did.
Right, but we don't know that because they don't teach us that and they don't talk to us about that stuff. Like, and then we go through life making the same mistakes.
Yes, in different ways, like literally. Just like celebrities nowadays have children with a lot of different women.
Yeah.
Our grandparents, great-grandparents, they had children with people in the same neighborhood, in the same town, in the same same thing.
I feel kind of sad about it because like the older I'm getting, the more conversations my mom is having with me, you know what I mean? About like stuff that she went through and stuff that my aunts and uncles go through. And I'm like, and my mom's over here like, yeah, I'm telling her to fight for her marriage and he's the one cheating. And I'm like, what? Leave. But no, but like I feel like it's because of my false idealization of marriage and what I'm thinking it's supposed to be perfect. No cheating. If he cheats, then you leave. Right. Like what is giving is once you're married, you're in it to That's do you part. Like good and the bad, the ups and the downs, the sickness and the health. Like
someone gave me
the cheating.
Really good advice recently. They're like, don't be in a rush to settle down with someone until you see them in every season of themselves. When
I agree.
Rich, poor, happy, sad, depressed, like doing good at their job, doesn't have a job, like of course you won't be able to go through every scenario, but just like the basics, like
just so you know how that person is, and that takes time. I think that's why our generation is waiting so much longer to like get married, because we want to like make sure. And honestly, I'd rather start a marriage like late and have it last for the rest of my life than start early and then I get divorced when I'm 40. You know what I mean? Like,
because I feel like even though I go through each experience with each talking stage, each situation, it's just like, yeah, I'm done. I tell all my friends, I'm done.
Me
I'm
too.
not doing it ever again. Yeah. I'm single for life and I'm just going to marry myself. But then
I say that exact same thing.
It starts back up and I'm like, okay, that last time it taught me something. It taught me how to react in situations. It taught me, so many different things. And I feel like nowadays with social media, with everything, it's so many things people can hide.
Yeah.
And so many, like, so you almost have to triple check.
Quadruple check.
Right.
Definitely. Because like, also, I feel like with that being said, I feel like our parents in our generation of people, our parents like tried to shield us from whatever was gonna, like all of the bad things in the world. And like, especially being a pretty young woman, like she's like, oh, your life is gonna be like easy per se, or you're gonna have like an easier time doing certain things or finding certain things, so they don't feel like they had to educate. There's so many things that are like negative, like that can negatively affect someone, that people don't pay attention to because they think that your life is like because you have a lot of nice things or you've been able to support yourself and you're a pretty woman, then they think that you're supposed to love your life all the time.
I feel like they think because we are pretty, we have like a different type of, I guess you could say, privilege.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not that. Like, we still go through the same
stuff. Like,
and it's just like frustrating because me growing up, I didn't realize like how beautiful I was. I'm just
neither.
You get what I'm saying?
So like, I'm just now blossoming into this woman that you guys are seeing.
And it's like, now that I see it, it's just like, dang, do I really deserve more because I'm pretty, or do I deserve more because I'm a good person? Like, what is it? Like,
because you have all aspects of it. Like,
exactly.
Especially coming from humble beginnings, because I relied on my personality. Like, I wasn't always the prettiest girl in school, but best believe I had all the friends though. I was friends with everybody. Like, I was just a social person. People just liked me because I was a cool girl. Then I got to college. I started kind of finding myself as a woman, stepping into my femininity, like really just feeling like that girl.
Right.
And then
moving different.
Yes, just talking
doing
different.
Things to myself, like
investing into my health, into my everything. Like I invest in myself. That's one thing about me. So, it's kind of hard because like, of course, the new people that come into your life are just meeting you for the first time.
They are.
So they think that you're just like this all the time, but they don't understand the work it took. First of all, you don't understand the work it took for me to get to this point of where I feel secure in myself.
Right.
You don't know what I came from. You don't know what I had to do. And like,
I'm smart. I have personality. And
like,
you would think we would
get something like, I need a reward.
People are telling you like, oh, Jala, you can just go somewhere else. Like, just find somebody else. But it's not like, it's not that easy. Like, good guys are not just walking down the street.
They aren't.
Like,
it's not, so dime a dozen.
And the thing is, like, that also brings me into whenever my friends are saying like, well, I'll tell them, oh, like, if I get money, I will consider getting a BBL, or I'll get veneers. I want veneers. Like, I don't care how perfect you think my teeth are. It's another level.
It's for me.
Because the thing
it can always elevate. It can always get better.
Right. So just like I'm investing in myself, like as far as like YouTube or different things like that, it's another investment in myself.
Yes.
That will. And the thing is, like, people say, oh, well, we like natural beauty. No, y'all don't.
Y'all don't. Quit playing. And okay, yeah, sure, you have the men that do, but you have your man that like your natural body, but looking at that girl
that got
that BBL.
It's spoiling her, but then saying, oh, we don't want those women. Those women are beautiful.
Yeah. And it's like,
women without surgery are beautiful. Women without veneers
do whatever makes you, like, for you. Like, why is everybody always so worried about what the next person is doing?
Like, don't down those women to try to save face for us.
Right.
No, claim them. And when we bring up the idea of getting these things, don't shoot it down.
Right. Don't say, nah, I like you how you are.
Do you really?
Because I can elevate.
Because when I elevate,
y'all know
y'all me now, but when I elevate, you're gonna love me.
Y'all know I'm a BBL advocate. I'm a liposuction advocate. Like,
I am too.
I'm getting that. I don't even care. Like I said,
like, I don't even need. I'm like, okay, we want to do the natural game. Okay, I'm gonna get microblades. Like, let's talk about it.
Like what? Right.
Elevate.
Yes, be better. Be the baddest. Be the baddest person you could be, bro. I said,
the best you.
I'm gonna try. Like I said, I had said this in a previous video. I've been working with my trainer and stuff every week, twice a day. I'm gonna get snatched, but I'm still gonna get stuff done. Like, it's gonna be titties. It's gonna be something. Like,
thank you.
Cause say I lose 50 pounds, the titties are gonna hang. I don't even have kids yet. I want high titties. So guess what?
And y'all, I'm tall. So like when you're tall, your body is just proportioned like this. But I need a little So like,
you need a little bow.
You
a little bring ching ching.
A little song, like
a little boom boom pow.
I'm like, when I get that,
just sit down and sit your place, because you're not even gonna be able to talk to me after that. I'm acting different. I said body who this. And that's the thing, it's like people always want to say, oh, I like this, how you are, whatever. And then when you elevate it, they be like, oh. You really snatched now. Like, you really whatever now. Like, anyways, but with that being said, too, when you become this woman that's just, yes, everything is in order. With all of that comes with a lot of extra stuff, too, like jealousy. You like, for me, I have experienced the most jealousy, surprisingly. Actually, honestly, it might be a tie, but between men and women,
it's always a competition. Like, anytime I talk to a boy that I have, like, when I have way more going on than he does, it turns into a competition. Like, it's always a competition. Even with my female friends, like, sometimes I have to question, like, okay, what's this
what's
energy?
Going on?
What is this? Because I feel like even whenever you come into your beauty, even like, and you elevate yourself, you do what you need to do to feel like your best self.
Yeah.
You get a different energy about yourself. You attract more positive things. Yeah. So you're able to detect the
things that are just off.
Exactly.
And that's why I said my intuition is on 1,000, because I'm so like, I know what brings my spirit peace, and I know what I need around me. So when it's just off, it's all the way off. Like, it's like I'm just all my detectors are going off in my body.
We still get bottom of the barrel treatment.
Bottom of the barrel.
Because it's like, we're not on that elevated level where we have those women where they just get anything at the snap of a finger.
We right in the middle.
We're in the middle.
Almost there.
Humble. We're humble saying we're in the middle. Okay? So I had to put the drink down, because it's just like, okay, with us being in the middle, we're always the first. I'm tired of being the first.
I know. Bruh.
I'm tired
always the first.
I'm tired of being their first trophy.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Because it's like, and then the sucky thing about that is, so we keep getting this treatment, right, back to back. People don't talk about what that does to someone's self-esteem. Yes, I walk around like I'm that girl because, yes, I know I'm that girl, but that does not mean my self-esteem is not like...
I used to be so open. Now I have like a guard up. It's like,
all the time.
I'm ready to cut you off. Like,
everything.
My friends, trying to convince me to, like, no, Jala, stick it out. No.
I'm not sticking nothing. I'm not riding or dying, because I done rode and died.
And now I'm just dead. I need a reboot.
No, I'm just dead. Like, I'm done for life. No, but I really feel like
or they don't motive.
Yes, or it's I said,
a jealous friend or a motive, like.
But jealous friend, jealous man, motive friend, motive man. Like, you have to pay attention to when friends like there are a lot of girls who come in and be like, oh my God, you're so cute. Like, let's be friends. Let's hang out. For what though?
Right.
For what? Because like, you have to pay attention to stuff. So I did this little experiment.
Okay. Explain it.
I'm not going to do like all the details just in case, you know, people are watching. But when I'm around people and I'm talking or whatever, it's like they're all open ears, right? It's they just want to know what's going on in my life.
Wait. But when it's time to tell their business,
it's nothing. Or
it's
watch
the opposite of what they say they're going to do.
Or watch you stop telling your business and see how they start moving. Stop telling your business to people and see what they start doing. Are they extra pressed? Like, we need to see each other. Like, I really need to know what's up. Like, what's been going on? Like,
Are they distant?
Or are they distant because they're like, oh, she's not telling me her business no more. Like, or any of that. Like, literally, people will be around you to just suck your energy and not give anything back to pouring into your cup. You keep letting people come and suck your energy away out of your cup, you're not gonna have nothing else left for yourself,
right?
Or your friends, or the people who really do care about you and want your advice or, you know, your time.
And it's going to become a point where you become distant from those friends who are really there for you because you're just you're on defense all the time. Your guard is always up. You lose sight of who's really there for you because there's just so many people in the mix all the time.
Right. And also it's like, I think about it too is like jealousy and stuff. It doesn't only come from like men and friendships and stuff like that. Your family can even be like, you could be like the only person in your family doing something. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I feel like I have like a broken family. Like, I don't have like aunts and uncles I can call, or like grandparents that are like, you know how people have their grandparents that are
very close to my grandmother.
I love that. Like, or like they're close to their grandparents and uncles on someone says like, if you ever need anything, you can go outside of your immediate family. Like, I don't have that. I don't communicate with any of my grandparents. I don't talk to my aunts and uncles.
How come?
I don't. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like my family has just always been like broken. There's just so much stuff that's happened that like tore them apart. And then it's like,
I feel like with my family, we all keep in touch so much. It's always ongoing.
Yeah. But I love that. The people who are like that and who have that foundation definitely have a different vibe about themselves. Have a different like, just like aura about them.
Not saying ongoing as in like it's always positive.
Of course.
Some of the beats be ongoing. Like, so
every family has their problems, but I think the biggest thing is like being communicating with each other and still knowing at the end of the day your family. My family is just very cutthroat. It's like, I cut this person off, we'll never speak again. This person's cut off, I don't like this person. Like, I don't have that like thing. But also it's like the whole common theme of jealousy like played a lot of a role, I think, in like my family's relationships with each other, because like someone might think this person's being jealous or this person. It's just a lot of mess.
It is.
And it's like, I think the best thing in those times is to like remove it. Like, you might have to cut off family members, you might have to cut off friends, you might have to cut off men. Like, they all tie together into, because at the end of the day, we're all individual souls. Like, we're all individual spirits. Like,
and it's always about who's in your ear. Like,
what are they telling you?
What are they saying? What are they telling you? Are you telling them like your deepest hopes and dreams, and they're saying like they're pushing another path? Are you being open and honest with them, and they're not being vulnerable with you? Like, who's in your ear? Like, pay attention to that too.
Right. And then it's like, I don't think jealousy comes with age either. I think jealousy is like an evil spirit, but it's like, it doesn't affect just someone, a baby someone could be jealous of, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have a beautiful child and some grown person is like jealous of that child, or jealous of what that child is going to be, or who they're gonna, you know what I mean? And I think like the biggest thing for me that made me realize that is like, I'm about to get real serious with y'all. I'm about to tell y'all some serious stuff. So I was like 4 or 5, and my mom, so both of my parents are in the military, but at the time my mom was a single mom. So My mom was a single mom at the time, so it was just me and my little sister, and she had gotten like orders to get deployed or something. Mm-hmm. So she left me and my little sister with her sister, my aunt, in Las Vegas, and I lived there with her and her husband and like her 5 sons. Like she had all sons. So I'm not even gonna lie to you, that household was like very abusive. My dad at the time, he was in Maryland doing something, but him and my mom weren't together yet, or like married. Mm-hmm. So my mom was like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave my kids with my sister." So that household was just like very abusive on her husband's part, and she knew it, and like would like be there, and like mm-hmm. it stuff would happen, and she would just be like, letting it happen. But and she even played a part too. She played a part too. I'm not even gonna lie. Like she had her moments, and being 4 or 5, like, and this is why I say too, a lot of the time people always tell me like I act so mature for my age, and I'm so like grown for my age, but it's not just because.
That's how me and Etolia became friends. Like,
yeah, like she's younger than me. She's a baby, but like like she's having this adult conversation, and that is why you'll forever be successful in life, because you are realizing these things like now at a young age. It's just it's the best time. But so what's it called? Yeah, so I was like 4 or 5. My sister was like a few months old at the time. And I vividly remember like certain instances of things happening, like because it was so traumatizing, like him picking my sister up and dropping her on the ground. So this one instance, it was my cousin's birthday, and they had like this chocolate cake with like chocolate frosting, and then it had the little candies that like had the letters spelled out. Yeah. And it was like it had his thing like on it. Sweetheart type of things. So they had it on the cake, and then her husband came home and he was like, "Who ate one of the candies off the thing?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, for one, like I used to always get butt whoopings. Mm-hmm. I used to always get like butt whoopings, but it would never be anything crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this man was having like a rough day, but he came home. He's like, "Who ate one of the candies off?" Da da da. I'm like freaking out. Obviously, all of my cousins told on me and said it was me. He drags me into his bedroom. My aunt is home, by the way, from what I remember.
And see, don't even question like her saying if I remember, because like in traumatizing moments.
First of all, I was 5. I was 5.
You always remember those.
I was 5, but I remember.
You always can tap back into those moments. I've had stories where I'm like, that really happened.
No, I remember this part. You know what I'm saying? I remember this part vividly. The details, like like when they came home, who came home, that. But I remember this.
You can always tap back into your emotions, so your memories will always be vivid.
So he drags me into the room. Okay, he's like grabbing me up, throwing me around the room. He takes my shirt off. He puts me on the bed. Mind you, this is like a 200-pound man. I was 5. He puts me on my stomach with no shirt. He like lays on my arms so that I'm like stuck on my stomach. And he starts beating me with the metal part of the belt. It wasn't even the like belt. It was like the metal part. And like I just remember like screaming, crying, like for like someone to help me. And I had like bruises. I had like
he could have like suffocated you.
Yeah,
like,
I had
the way you're describing it. He could have.
It was bad. You. I had bruises. I had like this big scar on my face for like years. Like my mom used to have the raw cocoa butter stick. I used to have to rub the cocoa butter stick on my face all the time. Basically, so we went to my grandma's, and the police was involved. My dad flew out from Maryland, came and got me and my sister. It was a whole thing. I remember being in the sheriff's.
Whoever you told believed you, because a lot of
no, I didn't even tell. They saw it.
Oh, okay.
They saw it. Like I had like my grandparents, and they knew that he was abusive. Mm-hmm. So it was like
a matter of time.
So they saw it, and that my grandparents were the ones that, because your grandma's gonna give you a little bath or whatever. Mm-hmm. So my grandma is the one, or like my grandparents, one of them, they were the ones who like, had it. I don't know all the details that happened after the fact because I just remember it happened to me. I went to my grandparents' house, stayed at my grandma's parents' house. I had to go to the police station. They were taking pictures of like my back. And like, I just remember being so scared and just like it was so bad. So all of that to say though, like, okay, yeah, I don't feel like that was my, like I'm not harboring any of the like.
You were a kid. And
yeah, and it was candy on a cake. But it's like, on the outside, people don't know that I go through the things that I go through or the things that I've been through or whatever. And they try to discredit because of who they see I am now or whatever.
It's like, wow, you know how many times I've heard, like, when I open up, people like, wow, you actually have a story. Like, wow, you actually been through some things. Like,
why is that so surprising?
Because I hold myself to a certain standard.
Yeah, because I carry it well.
My face, because it's not worn on my body.
Yeah. Because I carry it well. It's like you never know what people are going through or what they have been through and what their story is and what their journey is. Like, people are always wishing for the next life. I want her life. I want what you don't know what she's been through, what she goes through, and what she's going to go through.
Right.
Everybody's life is like their own journey.
Want something that they have.
Right. And that's fine.
Object, but like not somebody's whole
everything being. No. Like, Beyonce goes through things too. Nicki Minaj goes through things. Like, everybody that you are wishing to have life over or whatever, like, everybody goes through something. It doesn't matter how pretty, how well they carry it, how open they are, how happy they are all the time. You don't know what people go through on their everyday life and their everyday basis. So yeah, another thing. So to get off of the like not sensitive, but like deep, serious topic story. We also don't talk about how our families like play a role in our self-image and what we did, because growing up, they're the ones who shape your mindset. They're the ones who shape your life and like what you continue to think of, when you continue on or whatever. So like the topic of like my body, like, someone may be like, oh, if you were a little smaller, you would, or
skin tone. Like, even with my dad, all of his like celebrity crushes were always light-skinned women.
Really?
Nothing against light-skinned women, but it's just like you never express any type of like
infatuation.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, how am I beautiful? Like, is my skin a problem? Like,
especially how men talk about women who are of other races or lighter. They're like, she's just so beautiful. She's just golden. She's just like the way that they describe a lighter or different race of woman versus like if you ask them like, how do you feel about this girl? She's dark skinned. She's so strong. She's so.
No, the thing is, see, that's
what?
That's a whole other thing. So not only am I dark skinned, I'm also tall. So I'm always victim to like people saying I'm being
aggressive. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Oh, 6'3", girl.
So it's always like something like, oh, you're being aggressive, you're being this, you're being that. But if another woman does something and she's shorter or anything else, it's just like, oh, she's being cute. Oh, she just has a little move. Like,
she's feisty.
Right, she's feisty. Me, oh, you're being aggressive. I'm scared. Like, I'm like, why are you scared of me? Like, I didn't do anything to you. Like, literally, I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything with me myself.
And then, like, or they automatically come up and then, like, say things like, oh, do you do this? Do you do that? Like, they get upset with me when I don't want to have a conversation about basketball.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot. And then with being, like, dark skin, you also have the question, like, okay, am I even your type? Like, it's a whole lot of things. Like,
and that all goes into, like, self-image and, like, security, like, insecurity, like.
It took me a very long time to be okay with my height. It took me a very long time to be okay with my skin tone, just everything. And now that I'm here, I'm just like
living in it. And that's to me, it's like being thick. Okay, yes, I'm short. Yes, I guess I can pass on like the lighter end of things. Like, I may be the darkest person a man has talked to, but I'm light enough.
Right.
For like them and their standards or whatever. I have enough. I'm Panamanian and Dominican, so I get a pass. Like, it's, I don't like that logic only because where did it come from?
Right. I feel like it's the fact that like Black women in general, of all shades, all tones, aren't seen as just beautiful across the board from Black men is very like alarming. Even like body shapes, even like just even though you're short and thick, you still like it's still some men like that say, oh, I'll never date a tall woman, I'll never date a short thick woman. Like it's so many different things, and these are real like bodies.
These are real people, and it's a body at the end of the day. Like, what's inside? What's inside?
You know how many dark skinned men I've realized like you're actually like colorist and you're dark skinned.
Yes.
And your mom is darker than me.
All the time.
Your grandma is even darker than your mom.
In high school, I grew up around people telling me, Black men, dark skin, telling me African. Okay, that we're gonna add that up. We're gonna add that onto it too, because you're actually African. And you're no, like your mom is from fucking Nigeria, and you gonna tell me if it ain't white, it ain't right.
You know, it's like I can look at a Black man and knows if he likes a white woman just off the bat, like just how you carry yourself. And if you're a dark skinned man, I have to question if you're
if you like dark skinned women.
And if you're a light skinned man, I have to question, are you infatuated with my skin? Like,
are you fetishizing it?
And then I'm sure with you, it's like the opposite.
Oh my God.
It's the opposite.
For me, it's like it took so long for me to even be comfortable in my body, and it's still a work in progress. But like being thick growing up was not the thing. Like, I don't know if y'all remember 2005, being thick was not in. Like, it wasn't in. But now everybody wants.
My grandma was like, baby, thin is not in. You need to start doing that. And I'm like, okay, grandma.
She's funny. Thin is not in. No, but like now it's like all of a sudden in 2-3 years, people want to be like, oh, being thick is everything. And like, you expect me to erase all of the years of my entire life being told something. And now because it's socially acceptable, I'm supposed to feel.
It's a certain type of
yes, it's a Kim K thick. It's a BBL thick.
If you're skinny, it's a Kim K thick. If you're already thick, it's like a
Ari.
Or like a, I love Kiana J's body, but a Kiana J.
Yeah. But that's the thing. So it's like you expect me to change my mindset of years of whatever because now all of a sudden it's in, but it's like, and men, I see it, but it's like, it comes to a point too of like, do you have to accept that like their ideas are how they are because that's just how it is everywhere? Like,
no, men are just as insecure as women. I've talked to boys where they've told me like, yeah, when I was younger, I used to wish I was light skinned. As a dark skinned boy, and I'm like, so you're dealing with this, but you're projecting it on women. Mm-hmm. Women deal with it,
and we work on it.
We work on it. We have to deal with it within ourselves, or we're either beef with each other or something like that. Like,
right. And it's like I see the whole fetish because especially being thick. Mm-hmm. Some men are like genuinely like obsessed like with it. You know what I mean? Like it's like they can't get it out of there.
Short men are obsessed with tall girls. It's weird to me. Please stop. Like,
let me climb that tree.
I don't want you to climb me. I don't want to coddle you.
I don't want to like hold you like a baby. Like, what?
If you're not 6'3" and taller, I'm sorry. Your days are coming to an end.
Not your days. So you already talking to someone like really short?
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like, okay, 6'2", you're getting. I'm being strict on it now.
Really?
Yes.
What if your husband is 5'3"?
That's the thing I've been battling.
It could be your husband. Like,
that's the thing I've been battling with.
And just like we talking about, no, but my thing is just like we're talking about colorism and preference,
right.
And
you're right.
We doing the same thing with these men.
I am. But it's just like
you're like, and it is what it is, and I would keep doing it because I don't care.
And I'm stick aside.
Because what? Nah, I really do. I feel like it's hard to say. I don't want to. Oh, there was this guy.
No, it's a difference between preference and
blatant.
Just I don't know the word.
Yeah. Because like, let me tell you something. I was talking to this guy. He was like obsessed with Spanish women. Like obsessed with Spanish women. And like as soon as he heard I was Dominican and Panamanian, he said, "Oh my God, like, can you say something in Spanish?" Or like one time he was like playing some like Spanish music and he's like, "Oh yeah, I like to clean to this." You know damn well you don't clean to that. And first of all, I barely speak Spanish, so how about that? Like, I don't get the whole fetishization of anything, but it's like it happens. It's a thing. We all do it. We all do it. Whether it be, oh, I don't really like light-skinned men. Like I kind of like dark-skinned chocolate. Or I'm not dating him if he's 5'2", or if his teeth are messed up, or if he talk like this, or if he don't got this job, if he don't make this type of money. It's so much stuff. So it's like, you know, it's like men, I feel like it's their thing.
But there is a difference between like,
because no man's gonna be like, if she don't make this much money, or if she's this tall, this short. Their biggest thing is just what people look like. I feel like.
Right. Yeah.
For us, we're all about the characteristics. Like, he need to be funny, he need to be tall, he need to be this, he need to be that. Like, we expect perfection, and then like when we're getting it thrown back at us, that's men's defense. Because I had this conversation with someone. It's like when we do it, it's a problem. But when y'all do it,
because men have preferences. Men don't just like, they're not open to all shades of black women. They're not open to all.
But are women open to all types of?
I feel like women have their standards, but we also make a lot of accommodations.
We do.
Men do.
That is one thing. We do compromise.
Wrong, men will make up something to hold against you to end it. Men will use the first strike against you. Women give second, third, and fourth. And I don't feel like that's
very true.
I don't think that's something against women. I think it's just more so we're understanding. Men are not understanding because they have preferences.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I feel like you need to make sure before you date a man, you need to find out what his exes look like.
Yes.
And who he talks to, what do they look like?
Yes.
Because as much as a man can be like, "Oh, I don't have a preference. I love all women." You have a preference.
You do.
All of the girls you date either are all thick, or they're all this color, or they all have this type of like style about them. Everybody has a preference. And if you're like,
and when you ask them about it, watch their response. Watch how they react. Because that will also tell you a lot about them and how they see women and how they see certain things. Like, it's a lot of, I don't even want to get into that because that's a whole nother topic of like asking the right question to see like, who is this man?
Yeah, you got to make sure you ask the right question because you could be a man's first bad bitch.
You could.
And that's a terrible position to be in.
It is.
I'm telling you, I don't care which way people try to spin it. I feel like being somebody's first bad bitch is a terrible position because you're like the experiment. You're like the test dummy.
But they don't know.
They don't know what to do with you.
You know how many times I've heard that?
They don't even know what to do
with you. So I'm like, what? Am I being put on like a shelf or something?
Like saving you for later. Like,
no, they don't know what to do. How don't you know?
Because they don't even have to offer it themselves. That's what I'm saying. They don't even have it to give.
But they have the nerve to have a preference.
You see what we're getting? Like, beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. The girls that get it. And the girls that don't. Like, but now, like, literally though, it's like, yeah, men, like, you know, we definitely do get the short end of the stick a majority of the time and like settling and like being the ride or die. And men are like, oh, if you cheat on me one time, it's over. Where's the logic? And my thing is because they be like, oh, it's different because if a woman cheats, she's actually emotionally invested. And if a man cheats, he could forget about it. First of all, you know how many women just do stuff just to do stuff?
Or men who say, I'll cheat on you, and if you stay, I'm testing how strong you are. No one's ever said that to me.
I can't even imagine. Are you kidding?
Yes.
I would fight. We would be throwing hands. Are you kidding? You want to see how strong I am? I'll show you how strong I am. Right? But no, I really feel like
it's sick out here. It's
really sick.
It's sick.
Y'all are sick in the head. Nah, but they say like, yeah, women, if they have sex with someone or cheat, they actually think about the man and they care about them. And then if a man cheats, they're just doing it just to do it, and they don't even care about it.
So
you know how many girls I know back in the day, like, who just, it is what it is. Like, I don't like him. I like you. Right. You know what I mean? Like, right. It's not even a matter of like me respecting my body less or respecting myself less. Everybody that I've ever did anything with, yes, we had a relationship.
This as an excuse, this idea that women have now, not even an idea, this lifestyle mentality that women like, okay, I'm not gonna let you objectify me or make me feel bad for what I'm doing or how I'm carrying myself. I'm gonna be me, and if you accept it, you accept it. Men nowadays feel like, oh, well, that's just women are getting the wrong idea of how they should act. Well, how should
you act, and how have you been acting?
So now,
since you know everything, how about you teach us a tutorial then?
When I give you the same energy, now it's an issue. Now we've lost sight of what a woman is.
Exactly.
Women don't want to be cooking all day. We got DoorDash.
What? And first of all, women are making more in today's society than these men anyway.
Women don't want to clean. We can get a cleaning service. Like, you clean.
Like, come on, think smarter, not harder. Like, that's the motto for women nowadays. It's like, we don't want to be stuck in the house taking care of your 6 kids while you out cheating.
Literally.
I'm a cheat too. We gonna have the nanny take care of the kids. I'm not gonna fight the good fight. Like, I'm not doing it.
Just like I said, like, I'm not fighting the fight no more. I'm no longer believing that God put me on this earth with all these talents
to serve a man.
To serve me with a man that is 5'3". God, if you are, I'm sorry, but like, my God
would do me like that. My thing is, I need a provider. I just need the whole package. I'm not stopping till I get it. Because I feel as though I am the whole package.
You attract it.
I agree. But anyways, moral of the story, no matter what someone looks like, no matter what they have, you don't know what someone could be going through. You don't know the struggles that they had to get there. You don't know the life that they've had to get to where they are. Treat everybody with kindness. Treat everybody with like compassion and love. And the world would just be a better place, man.
It would.
But that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for coming. And we had a good conversation. It was really fun. Also, if you know, or if you are someone that is dealing with domestic abuse, please never hesitate to reach out for help. You can call the domestic hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or 1-800-799-SAFE. Because, take care of yourself.
Yes.
Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of the people around you, the people that pour into you. Pour back into them.
And it is hard, but you have to do it for yourself, for your kids,
necessary.
For just
everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Where can we find you on social media?
So y'all can follow me on Instagram at DimePieceJ and JJAAY.
Okay.
Yes, and then also follow my clothing line.
Yes, she's
So mahogany.apparel.
Okay.
MAHOGANIE.apparel. And then on YouTube.
Yes.
Jala Mahogany.
Because I always gotta get the boss woman up on this podcast. There's 3 things right there.
Yeah.
3 things. But okay, you guys can follow me. You already know the drill. Instagram and Twitter at Etolia.Magdalena. My personal YouTube vlogging channel, Etolia. Etolia Magdalena. And make sure to subscribe and follow The Uncensored Truth on YouTube at The Uncensored Truth. And you can listen to this podcast on Spotify Podcast. And I'm currently working on getting it on Apple Podcasts. Hopefully by the time I release this video, it'll be up there. But yeah, go ahead and listen to it on Apple Podcasts as well. And that is it for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you next week.